And we welcome you to the Big Train Baseball Network, a doubleheader here from Shirley Povich Field. The Metro SoCo Braves in town to take on the Bethesda Big Train. My partner Eli Kleinman. I'm Adam Glover, welcoming you in. A little bit late when it comes to the start time for this one with some rain. Originally supposed to get underway at 4:30 p.m. We have a 6 o'clock start here with the Big Train. Eli coming off an impressive win yesterday.
Yeah, fifth shutout of the summer and a dominant showing. 5 runs in the fourth was all they needed.
Well, Patrick Galley, the right-hander, will be the starter for the Big Train, and he'll face Bobby Leitzel, the second baseman, to lead it off here. We'll do lineups in just a little bit. Galley delivers a fastball outside. First pitch at 6:01 p.m.
And it'll be interesting to see how he adjusts to a start time 90 minutes later than expected.
Back to the fastball. This misses 2-0. Seems like a common occurrence lately, Eli. A lot of starts being backed up for most of these Big Train pitchers.
Yeah, a lot of rain in the forecast.
2-0. This one, fastball on the corner, in there for a strike. See a heavy dose of that. Also has a really good slider as well. An ERA around .50 this season. This one outside, 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, well, him and Brandon Cassidy, who you heard from with Kaylee, 2 guys who have given up a combined 1 earned run.
1 on the corner. And the count goes full, 3-2. We're glad to have our on-field reporter, Kaylee Tallman, back. Missed the last few days. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Galley to Leitzel. This one on the ground, out towards short. Lucas Phelps with a low throw, and a good pick, though, by Carter Cunningham in time for out number 1. And with that, we'll go ahead and take a look at the lineup for the visiting Metro SoCo Braves. This is a lineup that's got a tough task, again, against a pitching staff here in Bethesda that has been one of the best in the business. Jaden Carter will be the hitter. Catcher Halligan will also hit in this inning, waiting on deck with Leitzel already retired. Galley delivers, and it's a fastball in there for a strike. Jason Schiavone back behind the plate for the Big Train, with Bethesda consistently rotating Schiavone with Nick DeLisi and Clay Wargo. There's the first time we see the slider, and it misses outside to even up the count.
Yeah, about comfort level as well with Galley on the mound.
1-1, chopper out to short. Phelps ranging, struggles to get it out of his glove, but will make the throw to first in time, and 2 quick outs.
Yeah, nice job from Galley. Pitch to contact.
We'll go ahead and take a look at the defense here for the Big Train. Left to right in the outfield. Jacob Orr in left. Zeb Ruddle in center. Jeffrey Hurd gets the start in right. We'll do the rest in a second as catcher Halligan stands in. And the first one is spiked in the dirt. The left side of the infield. Jack Guerrero at third. Lucas Phelps over at short. And on the right side, Dixon Williams at second. Carter Cunningham at first. Again, Jason Schiavone getting the start behind the plate. Ball and no strikes. This one popped up in the infield. Dixon Williams calls, drops the sunglasses, but still makes the grab. And the inning is over. Patrick Galley, quick 1-2-3 with the middle infielders making all the plays. To the bottom of the first we go. The Big Train coming to bat for the first time today. The Big Train able to get through that top of the first, retiring the Braves 1-2-3. Patrick Galley looking strong early, and with them coming to bat, we'll take a look at their starting lineup for game one of the doubleheader. And that is how Sal Colangelo lines up the Big Train with Jacob Orr and Jeffrey Hurd at that 3 and 4 spot. Both have kind of rotated in the outfield a little bit, especially Hurd, who's played both left and right. Teddy Ruffner gets the start as well. He'll be the DH hitting in that 6th spot. And Jason Schiavone back in the lineup in the 8th spot. He is the catcher. But Williams, Phelps, and Orr due up here to face Tom Burke, the left-hander, in his 5th appearance of the season. Last going on the 24th against the Aces, taking the loss in a 14-7 decision against Alexandria, going 3 innings, allowing 4 earned runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts.
And another pitcher who has to focus on how to stay sharp in this game when you are pitching 90 minutes later than you expected. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but for pitcher, a couple minutes can make a big difference, and 90 is certainly a lot more.
First pitch to Dixon Williams in there for a strike. Williams back in the leadoff spot. And with a lefty on the mound, the Big Train, already a heavy lefty team, do have some righties throughout. Try to mix things up. 0-1. This one in the dirt to even up the count. Burke will face 2 righties to start with Lucas Phelps on deck and Jacob Orr in the hole.
And expect everyone to play today between the 2 games.
This one a breaking ball hit out to right field. This ball is going to stay up and be caught as Dixon Williams is retired, with Travis Illich making the grab in right field. Go ahead and take a look at the defense. Starting with the outfield for the Braves, Quinn Madden in left, Caden Hillberger in center. And again, Travis Illich, who just made that play, he's in right. The left side of the infield, A.J. Labrusciano at third. J.T. Landwehr is the starting shortstop. The right side, Bobby Leitzel at second. And over at first, catcher Halligan. And behind the plate is Jaden Carter, is the first one from Burke. Will miss outside to Lucas Phelps. That has heated up for Lucas over the last few games. Of course, was a big part to that win in Southern Maryland against the Senators with a couple of doubles and 2 RBIs to go with it. Finds himself at a good hitter's count. 2-0. Down and in, 3 balls and no strikes. Jacob Orr waiting on deck. The Big Train on the verge of picking up their first base runner of the game.
I would love to get a leadoff or a one-out base runner. Make that out. With Phelps' good speed, an early lead can really help in a 7-inning game.
Swan, a called strike at the knees. Phelps with the take sign at 3-0. Again, these doubleheaders, both of them 7 innings, so shorter games than what has usually been played, and Phelps draws the walk. And it brings up Jacob Orr. Seventh walk issued this season by Tom Burke. Had 2 again in the game against the Aces on the 24th, and the first one to Orr is fouled back in out of play. We mentioned it in the pregame as well. Also bobblehead night here at Shirley Povich Field, giving away a Homer bobblehead. Fans also have the option to trade bobbleheads. They have some mystery bobbleheads as well. Or on the ground out towards second. This could be 2. Go to second for 1. The relay to first in time. 4-6-3 started by Bobby Leitzel at second. And the inning will end. So both pitchers go through the first inning very quickly, with the left-hander Burke getting a little help from his defense. We're through 1 at Shirley Povich Field. You're watching Big Train Baseball on the Big Train Baseball Network. Big Train got a base runner, but nobody left stranded after Jacob Orr grounds into the double play. We've reached the second inning. We appreciate you being with us here on the Big Train Baseball Network. My partner, Eli Kleinman. I'm Adam Glover. Back for game 1 of 2 here today against the Metro SoCo Braves. And Patrick Galley and company returns out to the field. Galley, a solid first inning, and the first one here in the second, a fastball inside to Sean Pokarak, the designated hitter. Pokarak, Madden, and Hilberger due up, middle part of the order for the Braves, and this one is popped back foul.
Yeah, Galley did a nice job to pitch to contact in that first inning. Got a couple ground outs up the middle.
1-1. And a big swing and a miss, going with a breaking ball. Galley ahead 1-2 with Pokarak now having to shorten up the swing a little bit, choking up on the bat, and try to put it in play. 1-2. Back to that breaking ball. This one down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Galley. Windup delivers. 3 in a row, and this time gets the swing and a miss for the strikeout. Galley's first here in this game, and it's out number 1.
Yeah, really nice pitch with that slider. Just drops right off the table and gets plenty of hitters to chase.
Quinn Madden, starting left fielder for the Braves. And the first pitch, a fastball that misses upstairs, a ball and no strikes. These two teams only facing off as of right now for the rest of the time here at Shirley Povich Field, with the Big Train having to go down to Lorton twice in their first 2 weeks. This one fouled back.
Well, they host them in the final Sunday of the regular season at Shirley Povich Field.
To a fastball here, now 1-2. The first time these two teams faced off here at Shirley Povich Field. Again, one of these games a makeup from at some point last week. 1-2. This one sprayed foul. Galley working with that fastball, has the chance here to go with the breaking ball if he wants to. Quinn Madden got to protect. The 1-2. Goes to a fastball, this one in tight, and it hits off of the umpire, actually. Quinn Madden able to get out of the way, went right off of the home plate umpire's chest protector.
Now that's what he has it there for.
I'll tell you what, we have seen a lot of umpires over the last, I would say, couple of weeks take a couple of baseballs off the chest protector, off the shoulder. Haven't had the best luck back there.
Well, yeah, you're lucky if it hits you in the chest protector. Shoulder a little bit less protected.
The 2-2. Galley takes something off. This one fouled back into the net, though.
But part of the job when you're standing behind the plate. Catchers and umpires.
2-2. This one sprayed down the first base line, foul. Right off the end of the bat. Quinn Madden continuing to battle. Caden Hillberger waiting on deck. Galley struck out Pokerak. He's looking to sit down Madden. The 2-2. Fastball too far inside. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. As the Braves trying to get their first base runner. And the Big Train got theirs on a walk. Metro Soko with an opportunity here as well, and they will. This is a slider that Galley overthrows, goes a little far outside, and it's a 1-out walk.
Well, really nice job by Madden. Battles off some tough pitches and finally has enough nice couple takes in order to draw that walk.
Caden Hillberger, left-handed batter's box. Stands in and takes the first pitch down and in. A fastball that misses low. Bethesda looking to turn 2. This one chopped foul. Big Train also playing in their final few games before the New England trip, which is coming up July 4th and 5th. Of course, the 2 today, 1 tomorrow against the Aces. And then the next time you'll see them, they'll be in Newport against the Gulls.
The best team in the New England League at the moment.
It'll be a very intriguing matchup. 2 really good teams in their respective leagues. 1-1. This one in tight. 2 balls into strike.
It'll be interesting to see how Sal Colangelo lines things up and uses his pitching staff while up in New England.
Big swing and a miss here. Hillberger now in a 2-2 count. I believe they are exhibition games, though.
Yes.
So, for obvious reasons, teams not being in your league. But it's an opportunity to kind of show off what the Cal Ripken League has to offer, playing against a couple of teams from the New England League, as this one spiked in the dirt, and a good block from Jason Schiavone.
Yeah, the Gulls have put together a nice collection of talent up in Newport. A couple guys back for their second season for a team that won their division last year.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner off and going. This one fouled off. And Quinn Madden will have to return to first base. Count is full. 3-2. This one on the ground over to first. It's booted by Carter Cunningham, and it's going to roll into shallow right field. Hard hit ball, and it results in another base runner for the Braves. And that'll be an error over there at first by Carter Cunningham.
Yeah, kicks off the glove and no play after that happens. And all of a sudden, the Braves with a chance to take the early lead.
And now here is Travis Illich, who caught a fly ball in the bottom of the first on a ball lifted by Dixon Williams. Big opportunity early in this game for the Braves. The first one, bunt showed, pulled back, and it's a called strike on the corner. And even bigger knowing that these aren't 9-inning games. Got to capitalize on these early opportunities. You don't have that option anymore to say, oh, it's early. The 0-1. And it's a curveball from Patrick Galley. First one we've seen tonight. Ball and a strike.
And you would love if Galley could give you 4 or 5 innings in this 7-inning game, but dealing with just a bit of traffic here in the second.
This one down and in. Galley, of course, the Ole Miss product, who was slated into this rotation as the opening day starter back on June 3rd here at home against the Crop Dusters. This one lined out toward right center field. It's going to get down in front of Jeffrey Hurd. He goes over to get it. Runner's going to come. Hurd's got an arm. The throw to the plate in time. Jeffrey Hurd with a cannon from right field. And Quinn Madden, not even close. What a throw from Hurd.
Well, Madden stopped at third base and then decided to keep going. And once that happened, there was no play.
In this game, you can't hesitate. Really, in any game, you can't hesitate. Your opponent's going to take advantage of that.
Big Train ran into some outs last night in similar situations.
This one a strike call to JT Landwehr. And it's runners at first and second with Hillberger holding at 2 with Madden deciding to come home late. 0-1. This one bounced in the dirt. However, it is the first hit of the night for either side, with Travis Illich driving that base hit to right center. Galley delivers on the ground over to third. Guerrero has to wait for it. Does a little sidearm throw to first in time, and Patrick Galley, with a little help from Jeffrey Hurd, is able to work out of the second. The Braves strand 2 runners, but don't score to the bottom of the second. No score from Shirley Povich Field. The Big Train will have an opportunity here to take advantage and take a lead with Jeffrey Hurd, the hitter due up, throwing out the potential go-ahead run at the plate in the top half of the inning. Lefty on lefty matchup to start. Jeffrey Hurd trying to at least get a leadoff base runner, and the first pitch bounces in the dirt, a ball and no strikes.
He's a guy last night who hit the ball hard all 4 times, but just one hit to show for it. Couple deep flyouts to left field against the Grays.
This one, a fastball, too high, 2 balls and no strikes. Hurd, the average has dipped a little bit, but still hitting an impressive .328 with 28 RBIs on the season. Swings 2-0, grounds this one out towards second. Eitzel, the throw to first in time. Hurd is retired. That brings up Carter Cunningham. Who in his short time with us has been a very impressive hitter. .359 average coming in, and he swings, drives this one out towards straightaway center. One of those atom balls a little too hard right to the center fielder, Caden Hilberger, and it's 2 quick outs.
Yeah, the ability to work through the middle of this order is never easy, and even if a hard hit ball happens, if you can get the outs, put yourself in a really good spot.
Well, here is Teddy Ruffner. Pinched hit and struck out in the 8th inning yesterday. Colangelo wanted to get some righties up against a left-handed pitcher in relief against the Grays as Ruffner takes this one for a strike, but Ruffner went down on 3 pitches, all of them swinging. The 0-1. This one off the end of the bat, and he falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, quickly behind in the count, and all of a sudden needs to battle here with 2 down.
0-2, the pitch. Upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. This will be pitch number 8 of the inning. Exactly what Tom Burke needed. Keeping that pitch count low. 1-2. This one on the ground out towards second. Bobby Leitzel. Again, the throw to first in time. And the inning will end. The Big Train can't get anything going. An 8-pitch inning, a couple of ground outs, and a hard line out to center. We're through 2 here at Shirley Povich Field. No score between the Braves and the Big Train. Patrick Galley back out to the mound. The Big Train, one base runner through the first 2 innings. But the lefty Tom Burke has faced the minimum. And Galley will go out to the mound trying to replicate his first inning of work when he retired the Braves 1-2-3. AJ Labrusciano to lead it off. 9-1-2 due up for the Braves. First pitch up and in. With a fastball, a ball, and no strikes.
And now you ask Galley to go out, put up another 0 on the scoreboard. Try and keep this game tied, headed to the bottom of the third.
Back to the same high fastball. This one up and in again. 2 balls and no strikes. So good hitters count. The pitch to Labrusciano, slider on the corner, and the count's 2-1.
Galley using that rosin bag, trying to get a little more grip on that pitch, and a nice job with that slider.
2-1. This one, fastball on the corner, now 2-2. Galley looking for strikeout number 2. The windup delivers. This one bounces in the dirt, and the count goes full.
It seems like he's unhappy with the grip on the baseball right now. Third time this at-bat he's gone to the rosin bag.
3-2. This one down and in, ball 4, and Galley says something to himself as he walks the leadoff man.
Now batting for the Braves, the senior from Burke, Virginia, number 5, Bobby Letson.
Galley frustrated on the mound, whether it be grip or just his command, but that rosin bag becoming a fixture, part of today, right now for the right-hander.
Bunt is dropped by Leitzel. Galley has to barehand it. The throw to first not going to be in time. It's a bunt single, beautifully executed by Bobby Leitzel. And it's 2 on with nobody out.
Yeah, that's a perfect bunt down the first base line. You can't do it any better than that. And Galley just not able to get over there in time. And Leitzel with good enough speed as the leadoff man.
So a big opportunity for Jaden Carter, the catcher. Galley out of the stretch. The first pitch on the ground, and it sneaks through into left field. It's a base hit. Orr will come up throwing. The runner's going to be held. They go station to station. The bases are loaded.
Yeah, this time they decide not to send the runner. Unlike Madden, who's thrown out trying to go from second to home. Just hold the bases loaded, nobody out, and you're in a great spot if you're the Metro SoCo Braves.
And another interesting thing, the shortstop Lucas Phelps was shaded towards second base. Had he been in his usual position, that would have been a double play ball. Now they're loaded. Galley has not been in this situation too many times this year. First one misses, a ball and no strikes to catcher Halligan. The pitch on the corner, a called strike, a big pitch there to even up the count.
Hey, you don't want to fall behind 2-0. You don't want to fall behind with the bases loaded.
Halligan entering in today with 18 RBIs and a .317 average. This one outside, 2 balls and a strike's been one of the most consistent hitters in the Cal Ripken League this summer.
The second in RBIs behind Jeffrey Hurd.
He's got an opportunity here to catch up in a big way. If he can get a ball and a gapper down a line, the 2-1 in the dirt, 3 balls and a strike.
Now you've gotten to this 3-ball count, and Halligan can sit on a pitch, his spot. Doesn't have to be anywhere else.
3-1. This one hit high and deep to right center field. Zeb Ruddle going back to the track, to the wall. It's off the wall. The runners are right behind each other. They're only going to get one. It's a long RBI single. Off the wall, right by the Moco 360 sign in right center. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Braves.
And the Big Train catch a break because Ruddle almost had a play out in center field. They had to tag, and by doing so, only one run comes across.
Bases remain loaded. And the first one, a check swing. First base umpire says yes, Sean Pokorak went around. And the count's 0-1. Galley looking to limit it here. At least get an out. 0-1. And goes back to a slider in there now 0-2. 4 hits now for the Braves, 3 in the inning. And it's just the second earned run allowed by Galley this season. And that's the first one since June 9th as well. At the Crop Dusters. 1-2. Slider too far outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And still in a tricky spot. Bases loaded, nobody out. This needs to be his best pitch of the at-bat.
2-2. Little flare. This one will go foul. He's trying to get a punch out here. The 2-2. Back to the fastball. Too far inside, and the count is full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Galley. Slider. Called. Third strike on the corner, and it's a huge out number 1 for the right-hander.
That's a perfect pitch. Goes slider on a 3-2 with the bases loaded.
Don't think Pokorak sitting on that pitch with the bases loaded. And now it's Quinn Madden. He takes a slider in there for a strike, 0-1. Fastball down low to even up the count. That fastball command not there right now for Galley. The slider is, but you can't consistently throw those breaking balls. 1-1. This one upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Early trouble here for the Big Train. The 2-1. Slider, called, strike. Like Madden thought it was low, did hit the corner. 2-2, and Galley trying to get comfortable, working out of the windup right now rather than from the stretch. The 2-2. Slider too far outside, and the count's full again.
You wonder if he goes back to the slider here. Did it. Last batter in a 3-2 pitch.
It would be 3 in a row if he went with it. 3-2. This one upstairs, ball 4. It's an RBI walk. And it's 2-0 Braves. And Galley, nearly as many strikes thrown as balls at 65 pitches right now through 2 1/3 innings of work. And Coach Lopez is coming out.
Yeah, just to try and chat with his excellent right-hander. Settle things down a little bit.
Taking a lot of time bringing the infield in. Bases loaded, 1 out.
This becomes a big batter for Galley. Can he settle down after the mound visit?
Still has a chance to get out of this with a ground ball. Try to turn 2. 2 runs in, and the first pitch. A fastball misses too high and outside. And some action right now in the Big Train bullpen. Bethesda hoped to not have to go this early. But Galley, the command not there. Now 34 strikes, 33 balls. 2 balls and no strikes. Hilberger with 3 runs batted in on the season. And it's now 3-0.
And the command just not with Galley right now. You wonder if it's the later start time or just a night that doesn't have his best stuff, but trying to battle through this 3rd inning.
Great hitters count at 3-0. Illich on deck. The pitch. This one, a fastball, a called strike. (3-1). This one on the ground, out to second, could be 2. Williams flips to Phelps for 1, relay to first in time. It's a big 4-6-3 double play, and Galley able to limit the damage to just 2 runs. The Braves load them up to come in. That's all they get to the bottom of the 3rd. 2-0 Metro SoCo. Well, the Big Train behind for the first time in this game, and they'll have the bottom half of the order due up. Jack Guerrero to lead it off against Tom Burke, who has looked good through 2. He's not struck out a batter, but has walked 1 and has induced 3 ground balls so far.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job so far getting soft contact.
Guerrero takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Jason Schiavone and Zeb Ruddle to follow in this inning.
Commanding the strike zone so key for a Big Train team that leads the league in walks.
0-1, this one. Guerrero has to reach out, pokes it foul, and falls behind 0-2. Like we said, game 1 of 2. The second game is scheduled for 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Both of them 7-inning ball games. The 0-2. And Guerrero, swing and a miss on a bad pitch, now will run down to first. But the throw is going to be in time from catcher Jaden Carter. That's the first strikeout for the lefty Burke.
Yeah, really nice job. Confuses Guerrero and gets a nice out number 1.
So here is Jason Schiavone. Average up to 261 for the Big Train catcher, and he wastes no time swinging at the first pitch. This one going out of play. No balls and a strike.
Big Train would love Schiavone to continue to pick up big hits in big situations.
This one will miss outside. One. Schiavone chases an off-speed pitch outside, a ball and 2 strikes.
Burke has kept these hitters off balance early in this ball game.
The 1-2. This one in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schiavone still trying to protect. Now swings and fouls this one off. Big Train catcher looking for the first hit. He takes this one down and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2 the count. Schiavone. The pitch. And it's called third strike. And Schiavone can't believe it. And he will slowly walk back to the dugout.
And there's talking with the home plate umpire after
Yes.
that call.
Well, the way it was caught behind the plate by catcher Jaden Carter, he had to almost turn his glove from the location of it. Now, it's totally possible it was a strike. It's just the way he caught it. But Schiavone and the Big Train players and staff certainly thought that was ball 4. Now 2 outs. Tom Burke to face Zeb Ruddle. And Ruddle takes the first one outside.
Yeah, certainly didn't hit the location that Burke wanted, but it does not necessarily mean, as you mentioned, that it wasn't in the strike zone. Just not a good framing job behind the plate.
This one inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Ruddle in a good hitter's count. Both Guerrero and Schiavone have struck out. Ruddle ahead. The pitch. Swings, loops this one out to short. And a little leaping grab made by JT Landwehr, and the inning will end. The Big Train still do not have a hit, and Tom Burke has faced the minimum. Now 7 in a row retired through 3 here at Shirley Povich Field. To the 4th we go, 2-0 Braves. Well, the new pitcher taking over, it's the right-hander Gavin Jones. Patrick Galley's day is done, in line for the loss. The Big Train can't score 2 runs. And keeping with pitchers who have not pitched in quite a long time, Gavin Jones has not thrown since June 13th, when the Big Train won 26-0 here at home against the Gaithersburg Giants. And the first pitch for Jones inside. Ball 1. Bottom half of the order, this is Travis Illich, who swings, grounds this one out to second. Dixon Williams waits on it and throws to first in time. And Gavin Jones, the Alabama product, quickly retires the first hitter.
Yeah, and we'll see how he fares 17 days after the last time he pitched. Has been really good this season on the mound, but that is a long time in between appearances.
Sub-4 ERA, and he starts JT Landwehr out with a fastball too far outside. Pitched on opening night here, just like Patrick Galley did. This is in there for a strike. He ended up getting the win in the contest, despite allowing 2 earned runs in 2 2/3 innings. This one, chopper towards the middle. Phelps charging on the run, throws to first in time. Nicely done. Lucas Phelps playing some great defense today, and it's out number 2.
Yeah, really nice job. Has to range up the middle field and then throw on the move, and he does so accurately to get the out.
It's funny how baseball is. Patrick Galley, despite an ERA coming in sub-1, had a record of 0-1. Gavin Jones, who still a good ERA at 3.68 coming in, a record of 2-0.
That's the way baseball goes sometimes.
And he signals catcher Jason Schiavone to come out to the mound. A quick little chat as they get ready to face A.J. Labrusciano. Jones looking to retire the side in order. And the first pitch in there for a strike. Top of the order waiting on deck. Jones needs to get this out here. This one, breaking ball in there for a strike, ahead 0-2. Labrusciano, who walked in his first plate appearance, already behind. The 0-2. Check swing. Did not go around. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, really good pitch, and slider almost got Labrusciano to bite.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Goes back to it. This one just barely popped back foul. So the count remains at 1-2. This one, a fastball that just misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jones trying to find that put-away pitch. Brusciano staying alive. Breaking ball is hung. Diving stop made by Phelps at short. Gets up and throws the stretch, not in time. And despite it being an infield hit, Gavin Jones still giving Lucas Phelps some credit. Tipping the glove to him, but it is a 2-out single.
Yeah, a really nice play by Phelps. Has a long way to go and a longer throw. He does it all well, just a little too late.
So Bobby Lightstill, top of the order, already his 3rd plate appearance of the game. Takes the first pitch fastball in there for a strike. Just want to throw over with the runner getting back in time. A 1. Side, a ball and a strike. This one fouled out of play, and Jones able to get Lightstill in a 2-strike count, similar to Labrusciano. Can he put him away here? That's the question. Now 5 hits in this game for the Braves. This one hit in the air, hard out towards center. Zebruddle under it. He'll make the catch. And the inning is over. Jones comes on to give up that infield single, but looks solid, has command of both pitches. To the bottom of the fourth, we are halfway home with this game being a little bit shorter. 2-0 Braves. And we welcome you back here on the Big Train Baseball Network in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Big Train still searching for the first hit. Something we mentioned earlier, it is Homer's birthday, and it is a bobblehead giveaway here at Shirley Povich Field. One of the cooler giveaways, I would say, we have this year, as the first 110 fans got this cool Homer bobblehead. And, of course, we also have a few other things as well. Bobblehead trading, a couple of mystery boxes. Got my Chris Davis bobblehead here, my all-time favorite player. But fans waiting until 8 o'clock in the morning, setting up the lawn chairs to come out here and get Homer's bobblehead for his birthday to add it to their collections. Pretty interesting sight.
Yeah, well, avid bobblehead fans and some people driving from all across the East Coast to get their Homer's bobblehead. It's posted in a bobblehead Facebook group.
That's right. I heard Buffalo, New York, I think is what they said some people came from to get a Homer bobblehead. Top of the order here in the fourth. To face Tom Burke, and Dixon Williams swings and misses. 0-1.
But an avid group of bobblehead fans have made their way to Bethesda for tonight.
0-1. Inside to even up the count. Same pitch. Now, they showed up early. They were the first ones in the ballpark, but unfortunately the rain kind of delayed some of the festivities for them. They went to the pavilion that we have here, and they began trading. Not a lot going on now. Williams flares this one out to left field. This ball's going to fall. It's the first hit of the game for the Big Train.
I would argue the rain was perfect for the bobblehead trading.
Yes. Gave them an opportunity to all go under there and show off what they had. Of course, Peter, our photographer, and I know very well how many bobbleheads we have here. We did inventory the first week, making sure we had all of them accounted for. But we have quite an impressive collection of our own here that we use for events like this, or also auction off, as Phelps swings and fouls the first one off.
Yeah, a cool collection of bobbleheads that the owner, Bruce Adams, has compiled over the years. Certainly a wealth of baseball knowledge and Big Train knowledge.
One Phelps right back into the net. No balls and 2 strikes.
Big Train here, you have to find a way to get Dixon Williams over into scoring position.
Phelps trying to protect. This one bounces in the dirt. An easy take there for Lucas.
Slightly surprised you didn't see Lucas Phelps try and square bunt around. Saw that a lot early in the season. I've seen a little bit less of it as of late.
I think a big reason is a lot of these guys, the power's starting to show up. We've seen some more home runs lately, a lot of extra base hits as well. 1-2. This one down and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes, where early on it was a lot of walks, a lot of stolen bases, a lot of singles.
Yeah, and that is absolutely true. But need to get the offense jump-started here.
Phelps in a more respectable count. Runner goes 2-2. This is nubbed to the right side. Phelps, it's a foot race. He's going to beat it out, and the good heads-up base running from Dixon Williams. He goes to third. Perfectly placed for Lucas Phelps.
Well, sometimes a swing can turn into what a bunt can be, and that's exactly what that ended up happening. Just a slow roller down the first base line, and by the time first baseman was able to scoop it up, Lucas Phelps had the pitcher Burke beat to the bag, and Dixon Williams moves over to third.
Well, here's Jacob Orr now. Runners at the corners. And the best opportunity so far for the big train today. And a little throw over to first. And worth noting, Bobby Leitzel with Dixon Williams off and running on that pitch was the one who was covering second, which is why catcher Halligan, the first baseman, had to go get the ball. And it became a foot race all of a sudden with pitcher Tom Burke. Lefty delivers, and Orr swings and fouls this one out of play.
If you're the Braves, you take a double play right here, allow the run, but get 2 outs and clear the bases. That's what you're pitching for if you're Burke.
The 0-1. Orr swings, pops this one back and out of play. Jacob Orr, got to protect. Try to get this ball in play. Get that runner from third home. Orr swings and fouls this one off the end of the bat. Oh and 2, Jeffrey Hurd on deck. Orr has not hit lefties that well this season. Grounded into a double play in his first AB, and it's a throw over. Oh and 2 the count. The pitch. Up and in. It's off of Carter's glove, and Dixon Williams will score. It's a pass ball, and the big train cut the lead in half with Lucas Phelps getting to second.
Well, that's one way to get first run across. Get a little help from the Braves, and the big train chance to tie this game up.
Perfect timing as well halfway through this one here in the bottom of the fourth. Still nobody out. Burke looks Phelps back, now delivers this one high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Orr at least trying to get Phelps to third. Big hole on the right side. The pitch. Swings, drives this one out to left field. This ball is going to stay up. Lucas Phelps will have to go back to second. And it's out number 1.
Yeah, rocket off the bat. Just wrong place for Orr.
So now we'll see if the Cal Ripken League leader in RBIs can pick up a run, but not before a trip out to the mound.
Yeah, just trying to calm things down. Ball's been hit a little harder this inning.
Dixon Williams was, and Lucas Phelps, a little off the end of the bat, but that one right there by Orr, hard line drive to left field. Jeffrey Hurd grounded out to second in his first at-bat. Has RBI number 29 out there at second base, which would also be the tying run. Hurd swings and pops it up. Throws the bat to the sky in frustration. And the catch made over there at first for out number 2.
And not a productive at-bat for the Big Train. And all of a sudden now in need of a base hit from Carter Cunningham, who is more than capable of coming through.
Cunningham lined out hard to center field. Easily the hardest hit ball of the game. Could rival the one that Orr just hit as well. Funny that the 2 hardest hit balls for the Big Train have been lineouts, and the 2 softest hits by Williams and Phelps, both singles. The first one, this one fouled out of play.
It's a funny game in that way.
A lot of opposites tonight. Patrick Galley and Gavin Jones, when it comes to their records and their stats. Exit velocities for some of the Big Train hitters when it comes to who's getting base hits and who's lining out. Sun peeking through the clouds. The 0-1. Cunningham, line drive out toward right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Phelps is going to be sent around. The throw to the plate. Up the line. Phelps in with a slide. Cunningham, an RBI single. And we got a tie ball game. It's 2-2.
A really good swing of the bat for Carter Cunningham. Just like last night, a line drive into right. Brings home a run for the Big Train.
And now another trip out to the mound. Already had the mound visit earlier in this inning. And Tom Burke's day is done. The wheels came off here. He is responsible for the runner over at first. We'll come back and we'll talk about the new right-hander coming in as you're watching Big Train Baseball on the Big Train Baseball Network. Well, the new pitcher will be the right-hander Ryan DeMartin for his 6th appearance of the season, and the first since he pitched an inning and a third against the Crop Dusters on the 25th, where he allowed 3 earned runs and 2 hits, an ERA just a little under 6, and did pitch against the Big Train on June 5th. The first time the Big Train won 11-5 down in Lorton. Tossed 2 innings, though, 3 runs, none of them earned, 2 hits and 3 walks to go with 3 strikeouts as well. 1-0, runners off and going. Struggling to get it out of the glove, and the throw down from Jaden Carter not in time. So it's a stolen base for Cunningham. And now the go-ahead run in scoring position. Ruffner in a 2-0 count with a chance to give Bethesda the lead. He takes it, and it's a low strike at the knees, 2-1. Ruffner in the air to center field. This ball's hit deep. It's carrying way back there. This is had eye off the wall in right center field. In to score is Cunningham. And Ruffner into second base with a go-ahead RBI double.
A really nice swing of the bat by Teddy Ruffner. Takes a fastball over the middle of the plate, drives it out to center, and almost hits one out of here. Needed a little bit more on it or a little bit lower of a wall.
That is the second time we've seen that, one for each side, and now Jack Guerrero with a chance to plate Ruffner, which would be a big-time insurance run. The first pitch in the dirt goes to the backstop. It's a wild pitch, and Ruffner now 90 feet closer.
Yeah, this inning has gotten away from the Braves. Team trying to avoid losing their 6th straight game.
Guerrero looking for an RBI. One ball, no strikes. This one high and outside, 2-0. Good hitters count. Guerrero swings, drives this one down the line. This one going out of play, though, towards the Big Train bullpen.
It's a team in the Braves that only a full game up on DC coming into the night.
This one on the corner and misses, 3-1.
For 4th place in that division. 3rd place gets you into the playoff. 4th place does not.
So that means Southern Maryland is second.
Yes.
Guerrero swings, drives this one out toward deep center, but he got under it. The catch will be made. Caden Hilberger settles under it, and the inning ends. But 3 runs come in for the Big Train. A pass ball and RBIs for Cunningham and Ruffner has allowed the Big Train to take the lead to the 5th inning here at Shirley Povich Field. Bethesda leading for the first time in this game.
rolling.
Well, Gavin Jones back out to the mound for the big train. And Patrick Galley off the hook, and we are joined by another special guest. We've been having a lot of those over the last few games. Harrison Myers, our broadcast director / producer / part-time boss as well.
How's it going, Adam?
It's going great. It's our first game together since Harry Potter night.
It is. That does not exclude the fact that we might have Harry Potter conversation here tonight.
Oh, that's right. 2-0 on a fastball down low. Got to get our practice in, of course. We'll be on the road soon for the New England trip. Eli and I mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of fun getting back to day in, day out broadcasting for the first time in a little while for me.
It's a called strike, count 1 and 2. That'll be a fun trip, you and I up there with games in Newport and Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Newport, one of those bucket list stadiums for a lot of Summer League people.
This one fouled back. Very old stadium. Do you remember what it's called? I can't think of the name off the top of my
I
head.
believe it's Cardines Field.
I think you're right.
I may be wrong, and if I am, correct me in the chat.
2-2, fastball that misses. The count goes full. Yeah, I'm excited to see how, especially the big train do against that entire league there, with Newport being the best team record-wise right now, as that's fouled out of play. And, of course, Martha's Vineyard not having a great year this year, but has consistently over the previous years been okay.
And they're the reigning champions,
Yes.
so you can't cut them out. Admittedly, summer ball doesn't necessarily transfer year to year based on the traveling rosters, but
And a slider misses too far outside. Ball 4, and the catcher, Jaden Carter, leads the inning off with a walk. Yes, we've had you on the air now. We've had Michael on the air. We've had Julianne on the air. We gotta get Patrick, and we have to get Kaylee at some point in time as well.
and I don't think either of them would have a problem
I
coming
don't think
on.
so either, especially Patrick.
Oh, no, Patrick definitely wants to be here and do that.
This one down low to catcher Halligan,
Patrick, of course, being
the
Patrick
assistant,
Chapman,
yes,
the assistant
general manager. Yeah, who was featured in one of our pregame introductions for the Juneteenth Classic. Back to the mound. Jones will go to second for one. Phelps the turn in time. 1-6-3. Not too many times you see it that way, but another double play turned by the big train.
It doesn't matter how you get them, as long as you get them.
Yes, double plays might be my favorite play in baseball. Love it.
I'm partial to the full count bases loaded 2 out personally, but that's the most exciting play in baseball.
However, I will say, as this is a fastball that misses to Pokarak, my favorite double play, which I believe is also my dad's favorite, is the 1-2-3. Pitcher, catcher, first base. Slider in there for a strike.
I was going to say, I'm over here producing the game. I'm doing the camera stuff.
Yes.
And now you're asking me to do math. One of these things is not going to last for a long time.
Slider a little bit low. I also think it's partially because Michael also, I think, likes that one too. Michael was a catcher.
It's true.
One's inside. My dad was a catcher growing up, even though he never played college ball or anything. He was a wrestler at Wheaton, state champion,
Very nice.
if I'm not mistaken. I don't know my family history that well. This one a called strike, and the count goes full. But both have appreciation for that play because it's the one where they're involved in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was a catcher myself.
Yes.
Also didn't necessarily play at collegiate levels. Made it through the first cut at a club team, though,
Oh, that's
at
cool.
my university.
Fastball on the corner, called third strike, and it's a beautiful inning for Jones, who gets the double play and the strikeout. So we go to the bottom of the 5th here on the Big Train Baseball Network. Bethesda up 3-2. Well, the Big Train still lead by a run. An opportunity here in the 5th to get a little bit of insurance in. Jason Schiavone will lead it off here for the Big Train. Really good inning from Gavin Jones and Ryan DeMartin back out to the mound. The first pitch, a slider in there. Eli Kleinman back on the air. Harrison Myers had to take over just for a second. Got to get his practice in for when he's up in New England with us. This one misses outside. 1-1 the count.
A trip not too far away at this point.
No, we leave Tuesday, I believe. Monday, that's right. Whatever day the 3rd is. 1-1. This one, Schiavone hits high and deep to left field, down the line, into the corner. This one off the bottom of the wall. Schiavone is going for 2, and he's in with a stand-up double. Just missed a home run.
Yeah, really nice swing in the bat from Schiavone. He has been one of the best hitters in this Big Train lineup as of late, and continuing that trend.
And now Zeb Ruddle. Ruddle shows bunt, gets it down. This one foul.
I like the idea there from
I do too.
Ruddle, especially with how much speed he has. Certainly an opportunity to beat it out, but at the very least get Schiavone over to third with nobody or with 1 out, and you set up a great RBI opportunity.
The 0-1. Ruddle swings and misses at this one, falls behind 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, this one outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. DeMartin trying to get Ruddle here, who has been a bit of a strikeout victim as of late. Is 0 for 1 in this game with a pop-out. One ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball hung, and Ruddle rips this one down the line foul. Ruddle just early on that pitch, sitting on a fastball. Had to adjust last second, barely able to stay alive. And now Jaden Carter, the catcher, will go out to Ryan DeMartin.
Yeah, maybe not on the same page at the moment. Just a quick chat, and it might have to do with the runner at second. If you adjust the signs.
Ball and 2 strikes. Schiavone dancing off second. Breaking ball, Ruddle swings, drives this one out to right field. This is way back there. It's Zeb Ruddle. Has gone yard. A 2-run shot, and the Big Train extend their lead. DeMartin gave him another breaking ball. This time Ruddle able to adjust perfectly and sends it over that right field wall. And it's exactly what Bethesda needed. Now up by 3 runs.
Changed the walk-up song today, said
yes.
He needed some new mojo, and that looks like some new mojo for Zeb Ruddle. Great swing of the bat. And the Big Train now in control.
It is the first home run of the summer for Zeb. RBIs 8 and 9. And the bottom part of the order, the 8 and 9 hitters, a couple of extra base hits. You love to see it. Back to the top of the order. Here's Dixon Williams, who fouls the first one off. The 0-1, this one on the corner, a called strike. Williams doesn't agree and falls behind. The 0-2. This one skips in the dirt. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now here comes manager Sal Colangelo out to talk with the home plate umpire.
Yeah, I wonder if he got hit.
Yeah, it looks like it right on that right hand. Third base umpire checking on him. Sal Colangelo gives the heads up that, yep, he's all right. Gives him the thumbs up as well.
Not a comfortable feeling. No protection on the hand, that's for sure.
And even more is the fact that it's a foul ball. So you don't even know it's coming until it's too late, as Williams swings, pops this one up near the Big Train bullpen. Long run, and this one will get out of play. Still shaking it off, that right hand. Umpire says he's okay. Gives to Martin the sign. He's ready to go. This pitch grounded over to first. This will be taken to the bag unassisted. Catcher Halligan making the play. And it's the first out here in the 5th.
Now batting for Big Train, a sophomore from Valrico, Florida, number 2, Lucas Phelps.
And the Big Train already with the 3-run lead would love to add to it. Never can feel too comfortable. Still 6 outs to get.
And now you got Lucas Phelps, who has reached twice today, including a single over to first base in his last at-bat. The 1-0. Phelps drives this one out to left field. This ball is deep at the edge of the track. It's going to die there, and Phelps flies out for out number 2.
Now batting for Big Train, a sophomore from Undergrove, number 18, Jacob Orr.
And now it brings up Orr with 2 outs.
Yeah, nice swing of the bat. The Big Train have had some really good swings since Burke got taken out of the game.
First pitch, a curveball that misses outside, a ball and no strikes.
Includes, obviously, the Ruddle home run.
This one on the ground into the hole at short. Landwehr, the throw a little high, the swipe tag not in time. And Jacob Orr beats it out. And what should be ruled a base hit, ball was a tough play, having to make a throw off his back foot. But we will see what the decision is. And now here's Jeffrey Hurd. And a quick throw over, the runner back in time. Hurd swings, grounds this one out towards second. So throw to first will be in time. And the inning ends, but the Big Train get 2 on a 2-run shot from Zeb Ruddle, his first of the summer. They're 6 outs away from a win as we go to the 6th. Well, Quinn Madden will lead this inning off. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. And Eli, did we ever get an official ruling? Was it a hit?
It's a hit.
Yes. All right. So mark it in your books. Jacob Orr with an infield hit. Gavin Jones back out to the mound. The hope is maybe he can go the distance the rest of the way here, try to get these last 6 outs. Already has recorded 6, taking over in the 4th. This one to Madden in there for a strike.
Has done a really nice job out of the bullpen and trying to finish off this victory.
A 1 pitch will miss, and it evens up the count. A ball and a strike. This one off the end of the bat, shatters it, and the flip over to first with Jones covering in time. Cunningham fielding it, and this this bat shattered at the base near the knob of the bat. So just a little piece left in Quinn Madden's hand when he ended up throwing that one to the side. And the entire barrel went flying, and now it's Caden Hilberger. First pitch, this one in there for a strike, 0-1.
Big Train still have one more game to get to tonight.
Yes, again, that will start 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Eli and I will flip. Eli on the call for game 2. I'll do the color commentary. And then back tomorrow against the Aces. Swin misses as well. 2 balls and a strike.
Game with a whole lot on the line.
Swin well outside, 3-1. And the Braves on the verge of a much-needed base runner. 3-1. This one in there for a strike, and the count's full. Three-two. And it's a called third strike. Jones freezes him, and it's out number 2. Another strikeout for Jones.
Yeah, really nice job. Works back from down 3-1. A couple of fastballs in great spots, and able to get the second out. 4 outs away are the Big Train.
And now it's Illich, 1 for 2. This one knocked down by Jones. Might have saved it from being a base hit. The throw over to first going to be in time, and Jones goes 1, 2, 3 again. Looking excellent in relief. Now 3 shutout innings of work. To the bottom of the 6th, the Big Train looking for a little bit more insurance and what is likely their last time up to the plate. Well, the new right-hander here for the Metro SoCo Braves will be Parker Hodge, right-hander from Slippery Rock University from Haymarket, Virginia, for his 4th appearance of the year. And things have not gone well for him. This will be his first appearance since June 15th. He's allowed 12 earned runs in 8 1/3 innings of work. That ERA just a little south of 13. The first pitch, and it's a late time call. And there is a baseball that is on the field, so that one will not count. Hodge, though, his best outing was on June 11th when he tossed 3 shutout innings of work against the Senators in a win. Did allow 3 hits, but also struck out 3. But in both his other 2 performances, both happening to be against the T-Bolts, he's allowed 12 earned runs in total. This one inside, a ball and no strikes. It's Carter Cunningham. 5, 6, and 7 due up. One-0. This one drops down low. 2 balls and no strikes. So a good hitter's count already for Cunningham. Two-0. This one swung on, hit out toward right field. This ball is going to get down, and it's going to 2-hop the wall. Cunningham rounds first. He's into second, and the extra base machine adds another one. He's in with a stand-up double. Second hit of the game for Cunningham to go with the single he had in the 4th.
Yeah, really nice swing of the bat. Another line drive, and already a quick mound visit. You hope the right-hander's all right.
Yeah, unusual with everyone coming in after a leadoff double when you're down by 3. The hitter will be Teddy Ruffner once the mound visit concludes.
It's also the way Braves coach raced out to the mound. It's slightly concerning.
Checking on Parker Hodge, who again is in his first appearance since June 15th, and everything seems to be all right.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
And talking with the home plate umpire, maybe about the number of times they can have a visit now that this has occurred. Maybe because it was injury related. Here's Teddy Ruffner now, who drove an RBI double to center field. And time is called. Ruffner will step out. 1 for 2 today. Ruffner, side out swing and a leaping catch over there at first base by catcher Halligan, robbing Teddy Ruffner of a base hit.
Yeah, really nice play, and saves a run more likely than not with good speed at second in Cunningham.
And now it's Jack Guerrero, 0 for 2 today. Strikeout victim in his first at-bat. Guerrero swings at a breaking ball, chops this one over to Halligan. He will take it to the bag himself. Back-to-back plays made by the Brave first baseman. And it's out number 2. Cunningham does go to third with that ball grounding over to first. So 2 outs and a big runner out there for the Big Train. Here's Jason Schiavone now. First pitch, Schiavone takes a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1, way up and in. Schiavone Has to go down to the ground to get out of the way of it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ruddle on deck. Definitely want to get Schiavone out here, and Hodge with a big windup and kind of slipped off the mound, it looked like. Was well in front of the mound by the time he finished.
Yeah, just lost his footing on the bump.
2-1. Schiavone, slow chopper to third. Labrusciano charges, throws to first in time, and the inning is over. The Big Train do get a leadoff base runner on the double by Cunningham, but they strand him there to the 7th. The Big Train with a shortened game, now 3 outs away from a win. Well, a new pitcher here for the 7th inning. Jack Robinson will take over, needing the final 3 outs, and he is pitching in his first Big Train game since June 16th, but he was a part of the Ripken Classic team who went down to Lynchburg, Virginia on Monday and Tuesday of this week and took on the Sun Belt Collegiate Baseball League, and he tossed 2 innings in the second game. An earned run, 3 hits, and a walk, strikeout. But the last time we saw him, though, against the T-Bolts, got the win, 3 innings of relief, as this one is a fastball taken too high. A run did come in. Of course, that was the tying run on the Lucas Phelps error out at shortstop, so it does not get charged to him. 1-0. This one hit in the air out to center field. Ruddle going back. He is settling under it. He'll make the catch, and it's out number 1. And we do have a defensive change. Speaking of Lucas Phelps, he is out of the ball game, and Connor Rasmussen will take over. So Landwehr flies out, and now it's Labrusciano. No other defensive changes. First pitch from Robinson is inside for a ball. In total, though, with the Big Train, has not allowed an earned run yet this season in now 8 1/3 innings of work. This one on the corner misses 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count. Robinson delivers this one, a check swing, and momentum carried him around. Now 2-1.
Yeah, nice pitch. Fastball right on the inside corner, right where he wants it. Just need to throw strikes up 3, especially with how good the stuff is from Robinson.
The 2-1. This one hit out to right. Jeffrey Hurd is there. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And it's up to Bobby Leitzel to keep it going.
Now batting for the Braves, a senior from Burke, Virginia, number 5, Bobby Leitzel.
Leitzel, 1 for 3. And he fouls the first one off. If he is retired here and the game ends, he'll be the only Brave in this game to have 4 at-bats. 0-1 the count. The pitch. Down and in to even it up. 1-1. Get it any way he can. 1-1. This one way upstairs. Now 2 balls into strike. Big Train with a win would make it 3 in a row. With that starting, of course, on Wednesday in Waldorf. 2-1. This one chopped foul. Do it at 2-2. A win would also be 5 of their last 6. If you include the win they had on Sunday in the doubleheader and the win the previous Monday. Both of those against Gaithersburg.
Now we're going way back.
Yes. Well, it's funny because we're going way back date-wise, but it's only the last 6 games. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Robinson, the Leitzel. This one popped up in the infield. Jack Guerrero calls. He makes the grab, and that will do it. The Bethesda Big Train win it here in Game 1 of the doubleheader, a final score of 5-2. And Eli, another impressive job done by a really good, as of late, pitching staff for the Big Train.
Yeah, the pitching staff fantastic again. Just the 2 runs allowed. The bullpen does not allow a run in 4 innings of work.
Look at the lines here. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Braves. 5 runs, 8 hits, and an error for the Big Tree. In those first 3 innings, Patrick Galley didn't have his best stuff, I would say. You know, compared to, at the very least, what we've seen previously for him this season. And they got a great relief outing from Gavin Jones, who is crucial to this victory. But, of course, then the offense as well came alive. Scored 3 runs in that 4th inning, 2 runs in that 5th inning. Eli, was there a moment offensively that really changed the game for the Big Train?
I think it was the Zeb Ruddle home run. A 2-run blast really put it to bed. You go from a 1-run lead to a 5-run or 3-run lead just like that.
Well, I think something that should be mentioned, which was another key moment for the Big Train, was the pass ball in that 4th inning, which allowed the first run of the game for the Big Train to come in. It allowed Dixon Williams to score, but it moved everybody up. It got Lucas Phelps into scoring position, which in turn, Carter Cunningham gets a single. He drives in that run. Had that pass ball not happened, Lucas Phelps would not have come in and scored. As we welcome you inside the broadcast booth here, but let's talk the player of the game presented by Roll-A-Bump Limited. Eli, who do you have as the player of the game for Game 1 here for the Big Train?
Well, I have Zeb Ruddle. I think Ruddle, with his home run, 1 for 2 on the day, a couple RBIs, first home run of the summer. And like I said, the insurance runs to make everything feel a whole lot more comfortable going into the later innings.
And I think it's really big for Zeb as well. We talked about it. A guy who has played really well defensively, but the bat as of late, you can see the statistics, the average, everything declining. But he got that breaking ball, got a pitch prior that was also a breaking ball, and ended up finally getting a hold of one and sending it out over that right field wall. And one last question. seems on the outside is a pretty perfect game for the Big Train. 2 runs allowed by the pitching staff, 5 runs by the offense. Is there anything they really need to adjust for Game 2?
I think if you play that way again, you'll be in great shape. The hitting came to life a little bit later in the game. Maybe you want a quicker start, but outside of that, I think you're really happy with the performance.
Yes, well, once again, final score 5-2. The Big Train win it here in Game 1. 30 minutes from now, we'll be back for Game 2 for my partner Eli Kleiman, who will take over play-by-play for the next game. I'm Adam Glover saying goodbye to you, and we'll see you in a half an hour for Game 2.